Hey, how's it going, guys? MrBossFTW here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the top 10 things I don't want to see return in the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online. So obviously, before we get this started, nothing has been confirmed regarding the next GTA game. We don't know if GTA 6 is going to be happening or whatever it's going to be called. We don't know if Grand Theft Auto Online 2 is going to be a thing, but given the success of GTA 5 and how well Grand Theft Auto Online has done, it's safe to assume that there's going to be another version. And a user on the GTA 5 subreddit SYKicks posted a topic that was, what's something you don't want to see return in GTA 6? And I'm going to focus this on the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online, because GTA 6, if we were to focus on that, if it's even going to be called that, we don't even know. Obviously, nothing's been confirmed. That would be like way too widespread in terms of characters, locations, etc. So we're not going to get into that. We're just going to be focusing on the next version of GTA Online. So let's hop into it and let's get it started. Okay, up first, a better value for shark cards and microtransactions. So a lot of people are going to want this to be completely eliminated. Like, don't have shark cards because that'll make items cheaper. Look, at this point, that's not going to happen. Rockstar is not a charity. They don't make games for fun. They make games because it makes them a lot of money. So shark cards and microtransactions are going to be in the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online. But I just want them to be a better value. I mean, $100 that only gets you $8 million, that is a ripoff. In my opinion, if you're spending $100 of your own money, you should at least be getting somewhere close to like $15 or $20 million. At least that's in my opinion, because honestly, that's not even a yacht or a CEO office right there, and you just wasted $100. So I think the shark cards need to be a better value, and I've heard from a lot of people, and I think Rockstar even kind of admits to this. This is why they're doing so many shark card sales recently, where you get like 50% more money, because they know the values aren't all that great. So I'm hoping that with the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online, if that ever does come out, that the shark cards are worth a whole lot more in terms of what you spend versus what you get for in-game currency. At the number 2 spot, loading times. This is probably the Achilles heel of Grand Theft Auto Online, mainly due to the fact of peer-to-peer servers. So for Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar didn't use dedicated servers, and you can tell. I mean, the loading times are ridiculous, whether you're going from single player to online or online to another lobby like a job or a race or a death match. It really is the Achilles heel. There's so many walls that have to be put up that really separate you from the game mode. And I don't think Rockstar will come out and say this, but I think that the recent updates we've been getting really acknowledge that fact, that they take place in free mode and that they try to avoid putting you in other lobbies. But even still, then, like going from a building or a CEO office, the loading times and just everything just takes so long in general. So I hope that in the future that is fixed, whether it's dedicated servers or just improving the stability of the servers itself. It would be much appreciated. That's kind of a good segue to the third thing I want to touch on today, and that is better lobby settings. So it's crazy that a game like GTA 4's multiplayer, as simple as it was, had better lobby settings than what we have now in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd like to see sandbox modes, or maybe lobbies that don't have police, or maybe lobbies where you can change the settings, like you only want it to be sunny and noon, or you only want it to be rainy and at nighttime. You know, there's so many things that I wish we could do, and there's so many elements that I wish we could control that we just don't have the option to. And I would be totally fine with that if it was in like an invite-only session only, so you're not impacting the other majority players that are in public sessions or anything along those lines. So better lobby settings that allow us to have a more controlled environment would be pretty cool. This would be so useful for videos, for car shows, hanging out with friends, crew meetups, etc. There'd be so many uses for this. All right, at the number 4 spot, this one might be a little bit controversial, but the availability of all these military weapons. So I'm talking about like having the Hydra available at a whim, all the other military vehicles. I kind of wish they were harder to acquire, like if they were on some sort of black market, because a lot of the things we do in GTA 5 kind of make sense. They're a little exaggerated and extreme, but just having all this military technology is one of the more far-fetched things out there. And to an extent, it can sometimes ruin other aspects of the game, like Hydra griefers or buzzard griefers. It can have a real impact on players just trying to do missions and jobs in Grand Theft Auto Online free mode lobbies. So I'd kind of like to see that tuned down a bit. Obviously, don't eliminate it at all because we've seen how successful that was. And like the Ballad of Gay Tony, for example, it was exaggerated, it was crazy, featured a whole bunch of military vehicles, and that was amazing. I just think there needs to be a balance between what's available and how easily you can get them. At the number 5 spot, and this might be taking things a little bit too realistically, but the ability to not carry all weapons or have some sort of weapon weight limit. So as it works right now, your character has this magical backpack in which he can pull out, weapons from any category or any size instantly, and he can use them regardless. Now, obviously, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense realistically, as those weapons are extremely heavy, and I think it would be cool if you had a balance, like you could only carry one heavy weapon or one pistol or one sniper, or you could only do a combination of a certain weight. Now, I know that's getting a little bit far into the RPG category or survivalist category, but I still think that would be awesome. You'd have to pick and choose your battles accurately. You can't just run around with an RPG and a minigun and a sniper. You'd have to choose which heavy weapons you want and balance them with the ones you would use for everyday gunfights. I think that would be pretty cool and would make PvP combat really awesome to do in Grand Theft Auto Online. Moving on, at the number 6 spot, car customization. So believe it or not, the customization we have in GTA 5 is kind of bland, with the exception of the Benny's vehicles. And you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, the cars in GTA 5 have pretty good customization. What's MrBossFTW talking about? Well, if you've played another one of Rockstar's game, Midnight Club, the customization in that game versus what we can do in this game is crazy. Now, I know Midnight Club deals with real-life cars and real-life brands, but I still think that from the start, a lot of the vehicles we've had in the game don't have great customization. Now, it's certainly a step up from GTA 4, where we had none of that, but in the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online, I'd love to see Rockstar give us some insane customization. I mean, the more, the merrier. There's never been a situation where I've said, wow, this car has too many customization options for me. This is just way too much for me to handle. That's never the case. Typically, it's always, this car doesn't have enough, it's kind of boring, and it's kind of its downfall. At the number 7 spot, car balancing. I think that in Grand Theft Auto Online, there are some vehicles that just don't make sense for the category for them to be in. For example, you've got the Ballistic Compact, which literally has compact in its name. However, it's in the sports class. There's also a couple other vehicles that don't make sense to me, like the BF Raptor. For whatever reason, that's in the sports class when I think it should be in off-road. Same with the Drift Tampa. Why is it in the sports class? It should clearly be in the muscles class, so I don't know why that's the case also. And I wish there was another category of cars added too. Maybe something along the lines of like super classics. So we've got sports classics and supers, but what about classic supercars? Where do they kind of fit in? And there's lots of vehicles that would be awesome, like a Vice City style Cheetah, or even something along the lines of like a Ferrari Testarossa. That would be amazing, but there really isn't a category for that to fit in. So car balancing and maybe some more categories would be much appreciated. At the number 8 spot, FPS mode done right. So I don't know what prompted Rockstar to do first person mode in GTA 5, but I rarely ever use it. Now, you might love it, but I think it needs to be done a little bit better, whether it's adjusting your field of view or whether it's things working a little bit smoother. Like, for example, if you do a stunt jump, it's automatically going to pull you out of that first-person mode. Why can't I just stay in there? That kind of messes up my flow. So I don't know if first-person mode will return. If it's the same way, I would almost prefer it not, but if Rockstar improve on it, which they might because this is the first time they've done first-person mode, then I think it could be cool. At the number 9 spot, improving the phone system. So the current way the phone system right now works online kind of sucks. I hate the fact that LJT calls me every 5 minutes. I hate the fact that I get random phone calls. I don't like seeing notifications and things pop up on the left side of my screen. Now, has Rockstar done some things to minimize this and make it a little bit better? Yes, but I still don't think the phone is utilized as well as it could. We can't use the phone for CEO-style missions or biker-style missions or checking in on our businesses. We also can't use the phone as a music player, which, come on, all smartphones now have a music player attached to them, so why can't we listen to some of the best Los Santos radio stations on our phone? Why do we have to be trapped to a car? So just improving that would be a whole lot better, but simply don't carry over the current phone. I don't like it, and I don't like the way it works, and there isn't enough features on it to make it useful. All right, and finally, last but not least, at the number 10 spot today, restrictions that don't make sense. So not allowing us to go into interiors that are already completed, like the Life Invader building or the Tequila La nightclub or the Split Sides Comedy Club, or just doing some clothing glitches things like why can't we have a duffel bag on our back, or why can't we wear like sunglasses with a certain mask? Why are there so many restrictions there? I feel like if there was more freedom, it would be able to allow us to be more creative, and obviously would allow us to do more things in a game, like going in buildings, hanging out with our friends, doing a whole bunch of fun stuff that we just simply can't seem to do. Grand Theft Auto Online seems 2D in a lot of areas where you're restricted, and it just doesn't make sense, or Rockstar doesn't provide a reason why you're not allowed to do something like that. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. The top 10 things that I don't want to see added in the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online, whether that's going to be in GTA 6, which obviously hasn't been confirmed, whether that's going to be Grand Theft Auto Online 2, which obviously we don't know if that's going to be the name or not. But like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more on what you think. However, if you did go and enjoy this one, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.